Welcome to this paper entitled 3D Digital Model Using Photogrammetry Applied to Work of Art. This is a work carried out by researchers from the University of Seville. The conservation and protection of cultural heritage is a topic of special relevance because every work of art or historic building suffer deterioration over time, which may be naturally due to its age, or it may be because of climatic conditions and other related by the action of man. Heritage conservation makes it possible to detect pathologies in buildings in advance. In order to have a better understanding of reality, it is necessary to know the climatic parameters inside a historic building and the response of construction material to different change in temperature and relative humidity. One method of obtaining information on real causes and evaluating rehabilitation, material, and intervention is the use of non-destructive testing. These tests don't damage the material because the equipment uses is various types of sensor or instrument to monitor this type of building. Various non-destructive testing protects building energy heritage to characters, material, and its structure. Understand complex fluid dynamics, improve product design, and more. The interior environment of heritage building is also decisive for the conservation of heritage elements. This interior environment has a significant influence on the possible deterioration of heritage elements due to the different temperatures and relative humidity conditions that prevail inside them. To control this interior environment, it must be taken into account that each material has different conditions of temperature and relative humidity. Many studies have been based on analyzing the impact of the interior environment on the conservation of heritage elements and on establishing measures for their conservation. Inadequate values of temperature, relative humidity, and lighting can cause alteration in the physical properties of material of the set of work of art and accelerate the rate of chemical degradation. Also, poor air quality in high concentration can cause damage to the surface of the works, such as corruption or oxidation. For an adequate conservation of works of art, the stability of the parameters that influence the interior environment of this building must be guaranteed so as to avoid possible damage caused. Specific structure from motion image-based data capture techniques in an algorithm well known to the scientific and academic community. In this kind of data acquisition process, it is advisable to fix the camera position using a tripod. The use of tripod in data collection allows the following objectives. The first of them is to keep the distance between object and camera, guarantee the acquisition by perfect cycle around the object, and the second, the possibility of increasing the time of exposure of the photo, allowing to catch a high amount of light, obtaining good depth or file for sharp photos. This kind of data acquisition is well controlled, as it is possible to better plan parameters such as the distance to the object and the light. Has an advantage of this kind of data acquisition process is the lack of the necessity of touching the object. In many cases, objects to be reconstructed by photogrammetry must be protected. As a disadvantage, the photogrammetry process can be slow, since the dimensions of the piece and the desired level of definition determine the greater or lesser number of photographs that must be taken systematically. Photogrammetry is a relatively affordable method from an economic point of view due to the fact that the necessary equipment is made up of a digital camera and a computer with high data processing capacity. But for the registration of control point, a total station is necessary, which is more expensive equipment. For the digital treatment of the information obtained, there are different software. This can be classified according to their purpose in the representation of 3D models, in application for the treatment, and in 3D modeling of image. In our case, Agisoft MetaChip was used, obtaining virtual 3D models with metric precision in relation to the original measurement, has various applications in the field of cultural heritage. These applications range from the documentation, research, and promotion of cultural heritage to its reconstruction, virtual registration, and 3D printing, from its reproduction and physical registration. Experimentally, we are using photogrammetry as a geolocation element for the study of microclimate. From the point cloud we obtain the attributes, which are the parameters that give the point cloud, such as the x, y, z coordinates, the vectors, and the RGB colors. The case study is a carved stone frieze, as we see in this image, which is located inside the Duodomo di Molfetta Church in Bari, Italy. First of all, we place the necessary control point and type point to then be able to make the dense cloud. In this slide, we see the dense cloud result along with the control point and camera path. This dense cloud is made up of 3,098,297 points. Next, we see how the type points are distributed in the dense cloud. Once the control points and type points are replaced, the dense cloud is formed and the 3D model of our case study is obtained. In this slide, we see the 3D model from its front and back. This image is accurate to 0.694 millimeters pixels. In this slide, we see the final result of the digital model surface, in which you can see the section of the frieze with its scale. The cut is given by the upper part of the head of a sculptor. As a final result, we obtain the orthomosaic, which is a photogrammetrically orthographified image product organized as a mosaic from a collection of images, where the geometric distortion has been corrected and where a color balance of the image has been carried out to produce a dataset of continuous mosaic. In this slide, you can see the difference in temperature and relative humidity recorded during a month inside the church. This is the first step in geolocating the work of art within the context of a church. One more advance of the investigation will be the weight that works of art occupy in certain place. We want to express our gratitude to the organizing committee for choosing this work. Thank you.